Hey everybody, welcome back to the A-Bomb Adventures channel. We're at our next camp here. We're excited to say that we are at Vogel State Park in northern Georgia. This place is absolutely beautiful. It's a gorgeous state park, and I think that we got really lucky actually being able to get a spot in here. Whenever we changed our plans from going down the East Coast because of that tropical storm that came in, nearly the area that we had planned on going to visit, we decided to change our plans because we didn't want to have to deal with any kind of situation on the coast from the rain and the wind and the storm damage. So we decided to change our plans, and what we did was Abby suggested that we go through the mountains of North Carolina and Georgia. So that's exactly what we did. We had planned out a few places, seeing what was available, and this was one of the state parks that was came recommended to me by some friends. So we checked into it, and I put in the dates, and lo and behold, there was one site available for the dates that we had planned to come here, and so we booked it. And we got really lucky because we've talked to several folks around camp, other places up in the visitor center, that say that this is an extremely popular state park here in Georgia. I believe it's the #2 most popular, and that it's kind of difficult to get reservations here. You definitely got to book in advance. So we did get lucky by getting in here. So we'll be here for 2 full days. This is our first full day. We got in yesterday, and it's been lovely. Our plan is to just hang right here at the camp. I have got the pit barrel going right now, we're smoking a pork roast for today, and tomorrow I'm going to do some more barbecue as well. But we're just hanging right here. In fact, Abby's over there right now editing a video. I think she's working on one of our last camps that we were just at. So she's doing some video. I've been doing a little bit of editing myself. Now I've just been sitting over there in the chair reading one of my cookbooks. And so we're just enjoying ourselves out here. And I wanted to grab the camera and share this camp with you so you guys can kind of see what it looks like right here. This morning, after breakfast, we actually took a walk through the campground to see all of the other campsites here. This place is really beautiful, and there's a lot of really nice campsites in here. There's several that are right next to one of the creeks that flow through here, and it's obvious those are probably some of the most popular spots that you can reserve because you have a babbling creek running right next to the site, and it was really pretty over there. But we're very happy with the site that we have right here, and it's beautiful. So let me give you a little walk around and show you what it looks like here. We have beautiful weather. We're just now starting to get into the fall season, so we are seeing a little bit of color change in the leaves, and the leaves are definitely falling to the ground here. And it's really pretty whenever the breeze comes through here and it makes all the leaves start falling down into the campsite. These are the kind of parks that we love to find. Back up here so you can see what we're talking about. We love state park camping. It's one of our favorite types of camps whenever we get to. And one of those reasons is because of the setting. Typically your state parks, your sites are spaced out a lot more than what you would find in an RV park, okay? I really like these newly type developed campsites that they've done at some of the state parks, so that you have a lot of area there that'll accommodate many different size RVs or a tent if that's what you like to do. There's tent campers next to us, and there's some across right there too. There's several people in here tent camping. But obviously you can put a fifth wheel right here, whatever you want, and you have this whole area over here off to the side for your picnic table, cooking, fire pit, grill, all that kind of stuff. So we got our pit barrel going. I'll give you a peek at it. We got a 7-pound pork roast on there smoking, and it's doing nicely. Smelling good out here. It's going to be some good dinner later on in the day. Now I will say this area, we're in the lower loop, and this little loop that we're in seems to be a little more busy, a little more noisy than the 2 upper loops. There's an upper loop up that way and another one up that way. The loop up that way was the one we walked to that was really pretty up there. A little bit more secluded, a little bit quieter because you don't have through traffic. There's a lot of people that are driving through here and on around for whatever reasons. But other than that, this place has been nice and beautiful. We're planning on going on the nature walk probably tomorrow. There's a lake over there. There's a trail that goes around the lake, and they have the falls on the back side of the dam there that we're going to go and hike to. We'll take the camera so you guys can see what that looks like as well. But we're just going to be here at our camp, enjoying ourselves, enjoying our time, and making some videos and making some good cooking while we're here. I did want to mention that this camp loop that we're on and a couple of the others that we walked are completely full hookups. You have 30 and 50 amp sewage hookup and water, but they do offer dry camping here as well. There's another loop up there that has tent camping, dry camping, and there was also a loop at the very end where you actually park and you hike up in there about 1/3 of a mile. I forget what they actually called that. I don't know what it looks like, but you can hike back in there and tent camp back in there. So it's nice that they offer camping for different type of campers, whether it be an RV or a tent or even backpack camping, if that's what you're into as well. There is another one of those creeks that flow right through here next to us. So I want to walk down there and check that out too. This is pretty in here. They got a playground there for the kids, and they have really nice bathhouses here as well. Really nice shower rooms. So you can come here and you have all the amenities that you need. They even have a laundry over there where the shower rooms are, which I didn't expect. Never seen that before in a state park. I don't know how well you guys can hear it on the audio, but we are real close to the road here. And there's, it's obviously a popular motorcycle ride because I've been hearing a lot of motorcycles up right outside of the park. So we are right on schedule for our pork roast. We've been going 5 hours now. It's reached 175 internal. It looks great. This is the point where I'm going to wrap it up. Now, since I'm using the PBJ, the aluminum pan that I like to use won't fit down in there. So this is where I'll just use heavy duty aluminum foil and wrap it up good and put it back in there. And what that'll do is help speed up the tenderizing that we need to do to get it to about 205 degrees. That way it pulls apart really nice. So it's been smoking for 5 hours now.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah.
Just using the bars here to help regulate the temperature. And the pit barrel always does really well. On this particular one, I used B&B charcoal. And what I did was I just filled the basket up with a couple pieces of wood, chunks. And then I took 8 briquettes and lit them and got them hot, and I just put a ring of briquettes around the cold briquettes. So what we'll do is pull this out. This is why I like using a rack. It's just easier management for me. And we're gonna come over here and we'll wrap it up. I'm gonna close the lid so it doesn't start burning hot. There's still a lot of charcoal in there though. One thing I've learned with the B&B is that it works great for longer cooks versus the Kingsford. But I do love using my Kingsford, especially for quick grilling and the Dutch oven, camp oven cooking. Just gonna use the bear paws here to lift it. Just like that. Thank you for helping me with that. Okay.
I feel like I'm blinding everybody with the foil. The light's a little weird right now, so.
Foiled.
Exactly.
I'm going to pull the probe out because I'm going to reset that from the top. We'll put that back in there. I do want to try a piece of this.
Of course you do.
That's why I like cutting it like that. That's your fat cap. Or your seasoning. I use the Fiesta pork rub. It's
How is
good.
it?
Oh, it's good.
Okay.
It's got a little bit of sugar in there too, so it helps create a little bit of sweetness, which is good for pork. Tastes nice and smoky too. And you see it's not over smoked. It's not, you know, it's not covered in soot.
It smells so good.
It really does smell good. Just wrap it up. This will help it tenderize. Just like that.
This is one of my favorite things that you cook.
Abby always seems to love the pulled pork.
I think I requested it this time, didn't I?
You did. Yep.
Thanks for making it, baby.
You're welcome. I'm just going to pull up my app here I'm using for the temp spike. Let's see. Let's see if we can do it like this here. So I'm going to watch this. I want it to come up and make sure that we're good to go. It's a little bit slow to react, but it works good though. I tried the Meter brand. The Meter is what kind of started this whole wireless probe thing. And I've had 2 separate meters and the blocks, and both of them have failed. And those are expensive when you compare them to something like a temp spike. So I bought this off Amazon, and to me it's working just as good as, you know, people like the Meter, and it works good when it works, but when it doesn't work, it's frustrating.
Yes.
So that's up to 171 right there, so we're good to go. I'm gonna take this little piece off right here.
And eat it.
What do I call that?
Pitmaster privilege.
Pit snacking. 174, we're right back on our target of where we were. So I put the probe in a good spot there. Try not to break the foil. All right, take the lid off.
It smells so good.
It really is good.
Oh,
Those
kind
little,
of killing me, really.
those little snack pieces were delicious. Yeah. All right, lower it back down in there, just like that. Let me make sure that my, I just want to make sure I'm not hitting the probe there. Put the lid back on, let it keep on cooking. Let it get up to about 205 and then pull it out there and let it rest for a while. It's going to be a good dinner.
Yes, it is. I might actually contribute something today.
What you making today?
Mac and cheese. You laugh.
Well, it's good, it's delicious, and it goes with pulled pork perfectly.
When you mix the pulled pork with mac and cheese, it's the bee's knees. And if you haven't done it, you have to try it.
It's definitely really good. So that'll be a good meal.
So much for the vegetables I was planning on cooking. No.
No vegetables?
No.
With
Mac and cheese is going to be our
With the
vegetable
pork
one.
and the mac and cheese is more than enough for
It
us
is, yes.
right here. And there'll be a lot of leftovers there too.
This is a pretty spot. You did good.
Thank you. This was a good spot.
I know we got lucky to get it, so
We did.
I really like this place.
According to what everybody has said, you must have gotten really lucky to
Yeah.
get a spot last minute in here, because most people book these way in advance and then have to wait all year to get in here. October, they said, is their busiest month of the whole year. And here it is October, so we did get lucky.
But I mean, the leaves are starting to change. There's so many trees out here. I can imagine that later it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Not that it's not gorgeous right now.
I love the forest here. You know, we're used to a lot of pines where we
Yeah.
live in Florida. But the trees here, there's some pines in here, but they're very tall. I don't know what kind of trees those are, but they're very tall. So it's nice to just be able to sit in your camp chair
Yes.
and just look up, enjoy it, the
Yes.
view. It's pretty.
I'm gonna get back to work.
Me too. I'm gonna get back to my cookbook over there. I've been enjoying reading through some recipes that we may give some a try at some point.
Yes,
Camping.
indeed.
We've been resting our roast here for...
And cut. No, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say we've been resting it for 2 hours.
Oh, it's gonna be good. A cooler is a perfect thing for this, by the way.
Yep. You know what? Here, let's do this. Look at that.
Yep.
Like to do bread.
Look at the juices already. It's like a little present.
Yep. I want to make sure we capture that so we can pour that into...
Yes, the mixture.
Yep. I got to try this again though. Right here. It's so good. That's good stuff. So let's get her picked up.
Oh, she's nice and tender.
Yep. Let's get our bone pulled out. Look at that.
Nice.
Perfect. All right, we'll just lay that right here for now. All right, are you ready?
Yes, of course.
So what we're gonna do is just like that. Get all that fat and everything mixed in there good. Yeah.
I wish you could smell it. Gosh, it smells so good.
It's still super hot too. It was still around 165 right before we pulled it out. Look how tender everything is. See that? You know, it just pulls apart perfectly. And so we'll get it kind of shredded there. We're gonna put a little bit of sauce with ours. All right, I wanna taste a couple bites of it. We'll go with that guy right there. Yep, I know, I felt it. Some of that right there.
And you're full.
Not yet.
Okay.
Pretty close though. So it's good. Turned out great, like we always want it to do. You gonna try you some?
Yeah. Don't forget the juice.
Yep. I'm just trying to get it shredded a little bit more. You got the fat cap. I like to kind of mix the fat cap in there with it. But some of them, like that right there, I like to just take that one.
You are not going to even need a plate.
That is so good. There we go. Look at that. All right, let's take our juice. Gotta have that in there. Get that out of there. All right, and so after a blind taste test from Abby, she chose for today's sauce Kinder's mild barbecue sauce. I gave her this one.
I like taste testing. It's fun.
Yeah, and I like doing it to her too.
Yeah.
So this and the Moore's honey barbecue, both are delicious.
They are both good.
So we're going to use some of the Kinder's today. And this is personal preference, guys. You don't. Some people don't like using sauce. You can certainly top your meat with it if you want. We like it kind of mixed up in there. And somebody's hollering over there.
God, that smell. I mean, I just can't even get over it.
It's really good. I think the sauce adds a good layer of flavor there to the meat. Adds just a little bit extra moisture to it.
And this sauce has a lot of brown sugar in it, so it adds a lot of sweetness, and I think it goes really, really well with the pulled pork.
Yep, exactly. Yep.
So obviously I've been slaving all day over that pulled pork. Just kidding. This is the only thing I'm contributing. Mac and cheese. And that's about as hard as it gets. but it's yummy.
I like the way you stir those noodles.
Thanks, babe. Ooh.
By the way, there's a bug in there.
Just part of camping.
I'm glad they got to see that. That's the real deal right there. You never know what's going to end up in your
Still
food.
on there. He's just holding on. I'm gonna go wash this.
Maybe the boiling water will get that out of there.
It will. I got all of it.